Hey everyone, happy Halloween. It is Tuesday, October 31st. Matt Frazier here, impersonating Doug Hay. I did a bad job with this costume. It was a last minute job for sure. I didn't last year I combed the wig, got some corn chip props, a couple other things too, I think. This year I really just threw it on. But I think I improved the flannel shirt compared to last time because Doug last time got on me for having a shirt that wasn't flannel enough. It looked kind of had the plaid on it, but it was not flannel. This one is. I'll be fixing this wig as the show goes on, I think. So anyway, I'm adding Doug on Instagram. I know he's got a costume. That's the whole reason I put one on is because he said he had a simple one. So we'll see. We'll see what he has in store for us.
I opened it too soon.
Well, I didn't know what it was.
Hey, Matt, happy Halloween.
Okay, Year of the Mushroom. That's
Year of the
Mushroom.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
I got my my mushroom cap with 2023 on here. I came out hard at the end of the last year or at the beginning of this year saying that this was the year of the mushroom, and I have not done enough. So you know what? Today begins my campaign for 2023 being the year of the mushroom.
Oh yeah, that's this year. Okay, I was thinking that was for next year, but no, it's 2023. That's still this year. Okay, good. Yeah. I like it. Late start.
Yeah. Although I'm now realizing I should have written it backwards, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, I think you can mirror your camera, maybe in the options, or not mirror your camera.
How's it going, Matt? Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday to you. It is Halloween. Doesn't really feel too Halloweeny yet. Although I mean, all the decorations are up. I don't know why the weather got cold and then it stopped being cold, so it sort of lost the Halloween vibe to me. I was thinking as I put on this flannel shirt this year. By the way, is this a better flannel shirt than last year?
It's much better. Yeah,
more legit.
It's
right?
still not flannel. I don't think it looks.
Is it?
Is
I
it?
think it is. I think it's made out of flannel. I'm not really sure. I don't necessarily know what flannel is, but it's like a very soft cotton.
A little
material.
soft texture. Okay. Well, then, yeah, I guess it is. It is a flannel shirt, but
yeah. But anyway, I was thinking by this time last year, I had established in my head that you always wear flannel shirts. Like that was a thing that I just thought was a Doug thing, and hence part of the costume. But this year, I just don't recall even seeing it. And is it because the weather been too warm for flannel, or have you just done it and I just don't notice anymore?
I'd say you're just used to it. I'd say about 50% of the days I'm wearing a flannel shirt. Okay. But I'm trying to branch out a little bit. I got some sweatshirts that I wear and some long sleeve shirts. I even Katie makes fun of me because even during the summer I like to wear long sleeves, especially inside. I don't know, just like I like having, when you're putting your arm on your desk and stuff like that, I just like having a sleeve there. So
right.
I wear long sleeves pretty much all year round.
Okay. Good. I'm almost the opposite. I don't have any long sleeve shirts like that you can just wear as your shirt. Like I have like sweatshirts I can put on. I do have these, the button ups, but I never wear button ups almost ever. So I'm the opposite, and it's odd because I'm always cold, so I just like to wear shorts and then turn the heat on. But maybe I should get some long sleeve shirts.
Yeah, you should. It's the way to go. Although I will say most of mine have a hole in the elbow. This one does not. Yeah? But I've had to patch a lot of shirts over the last few years.
Oh yeah, sure you hate patching them. It doesn't go with your look of perfectly go with your elbow head hips.
Yeah. I make it very clear there's a nice big gap.
Good. All right. Well, it's Halloween. We have kind of a Halloween show today. I mean, it's the same stuff as last year, really. I think just a candy list. But, we'll talk about a little bit of stuff. And then we got the regular weather report and stuff, which is totally un-Halloween related for the most part. So should be good. People are here. Let's go through real quick. Mr. Jeffrey, Anne-Marie, Brandon Turner, Julie Donegan says the wig made her day. Daniel P. Mr. Jeffrey says, haha, these are great. Kate says, happy Halloween. Phyllis Hauser says, love it. You guys are funny. Jeff Hudnall is back. He's been podcast only, and now he's back. Yeah, we should start shaming people who go podcast only, who leave the live and get onto that only.
Yeah.
But we'll welcome you back, Jeff Hudnall. Allie, Phyllis Hauser again. It said, I think Mr. Jeffrey says happy pull-up day, which I also thought of, and I wondered if Doug himself thought of that or thought this Halloween costume would get him out of that.
I was kind of hoping the Halloween costume would get me out of it. Yeah, I'm going to request an extension. I think by the end of the year.
Okay. End of the year. Okay. That's fair enough. And there is time, I think, to make an improvement at the end of the year. 2 more months.
I think so too. And it was an annual goal. It wasn't a goal that only went through October. It was an annual goal. So I got a couple more months.
Yeah, that's fair. And Matt O'Connor says, bringing the ghost, I guess. Is that what? Bringing the spook? I don't know. There's a little emoji. Ghost emoji. And Anne-Marie says, I wear sleeves all year long, or all year round too. So welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. Always great to see all the familiar names. If you're on Instagram, you can go join those people at youtube.com/nomeatathlete. That's where there's kind of much more activity than there is on Instagram, but we still have a couple people on Instagram. So I'll pin that link at the top if Doug put it. And I
did not.
He didn't. Okay. So I won't. You can just go over there. You put a Slack link up there. Did you try to do that?
No, I deleted it. I tried to delete it.
Oh, okay.
It was the Slack link that has the link to the... I just copy the link every day. It's a thing.
Okay. Well, nobody would be able to log in, I'm sure, if they clicked on our Slack link.
I hope not. It's a DM to myself, so I don't think so.
All right. So let's see. I got only a small little bit of introduction stuff. But you mentioned to me a spooky sounding story about one of our most favorite restaurants until I had a terrible experience there.
Former favorite restaurant, possibly.
Kind of. Right. So,
but before we do, hey, we got to say it's the last 24 hours of Plantapalooza. All the longevity content is now released. You can still go view it for another 24 hours. All the interviews, all the special downloads, like a guide from Matt Frazier and meditations from Chris Carr. But what's really, everything's closing in 24 hours. But the big deal, I think, is that our giant Plantapalooza sale up to 51% off. It's 25% off most single bags of essential nutrients or powders. 30% off when you bundle. 51% off some other stuff. So now is your last chance to take advantage of all that. Go to lovecomplement.com to save on essential plant-based nutrients.
All right, good. Last call. Doug, do you have to be logged in to view the content, or is it just like public?
It's about half and half. There is some public content, and then there is some private content, VIP content.
Okay. So my mom forwarded me some stuff and said she couldn't get it to work. She clicked on the things, and then when she went to them, it just brought her right to the sales stuff. But I'm sure we would have heard that from others if that was anything but user error. So just wanted to check on that.
Well, you can let me know. You can forward that to me afterwards, and I'm happy to troubleshoot for you. For your mom.
All right, good. That'd be good. Okay, good. Well, let's hear it, Doug. Give me the news.
Okay. All right.
About this hint. This is what we're talking about. Our favorite place that I went a little sour on maybe 2 weeks ago when I tried to get the nacho cheese, and it was just such a mess in the store that I was there for about 20 minutes and then just left. But go ahead.
Okay, so as you know, I ran a 50K on Saturday.
That's right. I totally forgot. I thought about that yesterday, but forgot today.
Yeah, Sky Summit 50K. It went great. It was the perfect training run up to this 100K. I took it. I didn't go as hard as I could. The point was to make sure I got in the mileage and felt good the whole time. And I did. I had one little low for about a mile and a half, but other than that, got through it and just felt really confident and really good about the whole race. But you end a 50K, you're tired, you're hungry, no matter what kind of shape you're in. And
you want to talk about?
I was by myself. I drove down there that morning. It was about a 2-hour drive, and so I had about a 2-hour drive back. So I got a little cleaned up with some water and a towel, got in the car, and I was like, just hyper focused on Taco Bell. I knew there was a Taco Bell about 10 miles away. really like the second half of the race. I was just starting to think about those vegan nacho fries and starting to think about that crunch wrap.
Right. It's the best thing you can imagine at that.
It really was,
for sure.
I was so stoked on it. So I get in the car, make it to Taco Bell. I'm still a little flustered, right?
You're by yourself at this point? Katie wasn't there supporting?
No, the whole thing, I did the whole thing by myself.
Okay.
And which meant I had to leave at 4:45 in the morning. So I'd been up since 4:15, 4:20, run a 50K race. I was tired. I was hungry. I was disheveled. Get into the drive-thru Taco Bell. All I can think about is those nacho fries and the crunch wrap. I order a crunch wrap fresco style, a black bean crunch wrap fresco style, and add the nacho cheese.
Yeah.
Asked to get the vegan nacho cheese on there.
You were doubling up nacho cheese. You were getting it on there and on the fries.
And a side of nacho fries, and then the whole thing the whole thing imploded. First of all, they were like, breakfast style? No, I was like, no, fresco style.
Oh my gosh.
And they were like, hold on. And then they like put the mic down and had to bring a manager or somebody else over there. And they're like, what are you asking for? This fresco style without the sour cream and the cheese. And they're like, oh yeah, okay. And they put that in, and then they're like, oh, and by the way, the vegan nacho cheese was a limited time thing, and we're out of it. Even though there's signs everywhere, all over the drive-thru for this stuff. So and I'm like, I'm just heartbroken. They're like, we can do the regular nacho cheese with the fries. I'm like, no, I don't want that. And just it was kind of this back and forth exchange because they didn't know what fresco was. They didn't the not vegan cheese. I was quite frustrated. I get the thing, and I'm like, there's no way this is right. All I get is crunch wrap. All I ask for is end up getting is crunch wrap. I'm like, there's no way this is right. But so I pull out of the drive-thru, and I'm just hyper focused on making sure there's no cheese and sour cream on there. I'm like, chances of them getting that fresco style are low, but they did. There was no cheese and no sour cream on there. So I wrapped it back up, hit the road, get about 5 minutes down the road, open it up, take a big bite, and I'm like, this kind of tastes funny, but didn't think much of it. And then take a second bite, and as I'm taking that second bite, I look down, and there's meat in there. It's not the bean wrap. It's I don't know, whatever.
Like the ground beef thing?
The ground beef in there, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I had opened it up and looked at it, but I was looking for the cheese and the sour cream, and for whatever reason, in this like disheveled state, it didn't register to me that to look for the meat.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. You're looking for the cheese and other stuff.
And man, at this point, I'm like 5 minutes down the road. So to turn around, it would have been, 5 minutes back and then 5 minutes to get back. And I would have had to wait for another crunch wrap. And I was just so frustrated. I ended up the only thing I had was a banana. And that was, it was such a disappointing letdown. But I'm over Taco Bell, man. I was on this Taco Bell train for only a couple months. And I'm over it.
That's too bad. I mean, you didn't really, did you ever go to Taco Bell? Like, since we started talking about it?
This would have been my third crunch wrap.
Okay,
in the last couple months. Yeah.
Okay, so you at least know that it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's too bad. That's a massive error.
It is. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it. Like people have written, big things about it. There's been our news articles about people getting upset about this stuff. So.
Right. Well, there's the Chloe Bailey incident where she ate the Beyond Burger.
That's right.
And then began crying uncontrollably. Maybe not uncontrollably, but crying. And I have to ask, like, did you break down? Did this cause you to question your veganism or ethics or anything like that?
I was in a weak mental state after being so hungry. Say hangry, I would even say. And I had this emotional run experience. I didn't cry, but honestly, I will say, like, it really was. It was disturbing, right? Like it was this. It put more emotion in me, or it caused more emotion than I would have guessed.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Yeah.
And I ended up I was like, I need to talk to somebody about this. So I called Katie and she was like, it's okay. And I'm like, I know it's okay. But I was like, why is Taco Bell ground beef going to be my first meat in a long time? But,
right. So you didn't do anything. So you didn't go back or anything and try to.
No, it would have been like an extra 15 minutes. And at that point, I just wanted to get home. But
Taco Bell needs to send us coupons or something. They need to make good on this thing, like Dia Cheese did after their pyramid scheme thing. They need someone who knows a Taco Bell person needs to forward this show to them. Also, listen to a couple weeks ago when I complained about them, and send us some coupons or something to win us back. We were huge fans of this.
I know.
Thing. We don't have the sound queued up here that we always puts me in a good mood to hear that, but no,
we have to change it to a dun.
Yeah, really. Well, I have that. I do have that one.
But anyway, There you go. That's the new Taco Bell sound. Every time
that's it. Every time there's Taco Bell news, we're gonna play that sound from now on.
So yeah.
Well,
so no
that's
vegan cheese. And now I really want to know, because they just seemed like they didn't know what they were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you can't believe that.
So, I wonder if the nacho cheese really is a limited time run, or if that, because I had the impression it was kind of a permanent addition.
Based on my experience there, nobody knows anything, so I would not put any trust at all in what they said about it being a test or a limited time. Yeah. So I would guess it's still there, but who knows? We will keep our eyes peeled for that and find out.
There you go. That's my downward facing dog.
Okay, that is one for sure. I went to a McDonald's this weekend. The drive-through. My daughter really wanted. After her soccer game, she had a great game, scored 2 goals. Said, "Can we go get like a Sonic slushy thing?" Which we did once, and I guess she loved it. And I said, "Well, no, we can't do that. We're not going to do that." But we went to a Burger King to get one of those frozen Cokes.
To McDonald's instead.
I said we can get a frozen Coke at Burger King because I don't know where the Sonics are, and there's not familiar. Who knows how long that thing would take if I went to unknown place for the first time. So we said frozen Coke. Burger King turned out had no frozen Cokes. No frozen anything. It's on the menu, but they don't have it. Which these days, I'm not surprised. Like fast food restaurants, they don't have anything. They're just totally unreliable. Whether they'll be open, whether there will be employees there, whether they have the nacho cheese, nothing. It's just the fast food industry is in shambles, in my opinion. And so
Except
we got
Hard House.
Hard House seems to be doing all right. So we got a regular Coke, and I don't know. So, but then, and she was disappointed.
I bet she was disappointed about that.
Very extremely disappointed. It went from Sonic slushy to regular Coke. Which is still like enough of a treat. Like it's still exciting to get that, but still a major disappointment. So we're driving by a McDonald's, which was right next to the Burger King, and I saw in the window a big ad for frozen Hawaiian Punch, and I said, "We got to get that," because Hawaiian Punch was the best juice in the world when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And my kids have never had it. I don't even know if they've ever heard of it. But we went to McDonald's. She said, "Hey, I've never been to a McDonald's before," and that was cool for me. Holden had the same experience in November at McDonald's in Germany. Yeah, I thought, this is good. Kids have never been to McDonald's. Did a good job. They're 10 years old at least by the time they go to McDonald's. But anyway, she got this thing, and it was really good. I had one sip of it. It tasted just like Hawaiian Punch, only frozen, and highly recommended sweet item if you need to.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah,
there we go. Now here, Plant-Based Morning Show, champions of McDonald's, no longer Taco Bell.
Well, I mean, they got rid of their frosty spoons, or they're getting rid of them, so they are paying attention. Yeah, so who knows? Maybe our allegiances will switch to McDonald's.
I did say I saw something that they were rolling out new menu items, and I was just assuming that at least one of them would be veg, and they're not.
Yeah, they just seem to keep ignoring it. They don't seem to care about that at all. Okay, good. Well, let's jump into the weather report. I mean, any Halloween stuff, Doug? Before we'll talk about that later. When we talk about Halloween candy, we'll talk about Halloween plants. But just to move things along here, actually, let's quickly see what people said. Oh, I meant to ask, what about Katie's race? First of all, I'm glad yours went well. That's a great thing that yours went well. Definitely good to hear that, especially considering the Achilles issue you were having. That was the problem.
I know. I noticed it a few times, and I found that it hurt more when I thought about it. So I tried to not to think about it. But other than that, no. I mean, it was just kind of a notice thing, and I was real happy with it. I got 18 days till the big race, and went out for a run this morning.
I mean, you probably won't do much of any mileage between now and then, right? As far as long runs?
No, nothing. I mean, I'll do some like 10 milers or something like that, but nothing big.
Yeah.
And then Katie's race went great. She crushed it. It was really hot here this weekend, like unseasonably warm. And so I was like, oh no, a little nervous about that, but she did awesome. She ran really well. She looked really strong at the end, and
it was a half marathon, trail half marathon.
Yep. It was about 14 miles, came in a little long.
And that's probably like 18 on road.
Yeah. There you go. That's right.
Wow.
But no, she did great. And she ran with there was a group of women who were all running it, and it was really fun. All the families went there and cheered on the moms as they came across, and it was really good. Really good experience. Yeah. Good.
All right. Well, congratulations to Katie and friends. And to you, Doug. That's a good weekend for sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Jeffrey says, was climbing the fire tower part of the race. What's this about? Some sort of Instagram post or something?
Yeah, it was an Instagram post that I took on top of a fire tower. It was not required. You ran past it, so you could run up it or not. Seemed like about half
in the middle of the race.
People did. Yeah, about 18 miles in.
Like steps, or I mean, I don't even know what a fire tower.
Yeah, like steps. Yeah, like it's a tower. It's an actual tower.
What is it for? Why does a fire tower exist?
Well, back in the day, you would have somebody who sat up in they'd usually be huts, and you'd kind of look out for fires, watch out for forest fires.
Forest fires, okay.
That'd
be a boring job. Well, you see one every like 3 months or something.
Yeah, I think that there are some that are still in existence, but I mean, there's a lot in our area. There's a lot of those old fire towers. Most of them are shut down, but this one they had removed the hut, and you could climb up, and it just was this awesome overlook kind of vantage point. But there was a guy up there wearing a full-on Grim Reaper costume and smoking a cigarette. I'm not sure who he was, but I got up there and I wanted a picture, so I asked him for a picture, and he just kind of took it, and it was hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah. It was fun. It was good.
Good. All right. Good. Glad to hear it. Kate says they rent them out as Airbnbs now.
Yeah,
that's interesting. And Mr. Jeffrey has noticed that they changed the way the comments show up on the screen, which I noticed as well, and it's kind of weird. I don't think it wasn't YouTube; it's Restream who updated it. Okay. So anyway, let's jump into our weather report. Let's see if we can get any music here today. Some days we do, some days we don't. We do. All right, so here we go. Halloween weather report. The European Space Agency, the ESA, has released an update on the potential for growing meat in space. And the research looks promising. So there's a Halloween costume for next year, Doug. That should have been... Too bad we didn't get it one day earlier. That could have been the costume. Anyway, this is not for mass consumption, as I first thought. I thought, okay, not enough room on this planet. Grow it all out off planet. But no, that's not the problem. It's not that we don't have enough room for the cultivated meat here. We have plenty of room for cultivated meat, especially if we were to replace cows with it. We'd have a lot of room. But no, they did it for the astronauts, so that the astronauts, while they're up there, they don't need to bring any meat. I guess anything you put on lift, I'm just guessing here. Anything that is part of liftoff is extremely costly because of any added weight.
Right.
But once you're up there, all the weight is fine. So
yeah,
I guess
when we all live on Mars, we can eat cultivated meat.
Yeah, that may be the place to go to get the cultivated meat. That may be the first place where it's like, approved and good and in grocery stores, and actually you can go get it at price parity.
People don't think it's weird because everything up there is weird.
So anyway, so they they'll bring the stem cells up with them. They'll bring whatever else, the medium. I don't know what else they put, but somehow they'll grow it. And apparently it looks promising. They said the research results are in. Both teams that did this have come to similar conclusions, suggest that the idea of producing cultivated meat in space is not far-fetched and calls for further research. So exciting in a weird way.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I'm glad it's not for mass consumption. I think that talk about a hurdle to get over. People like not only eating cell-grown meat, but grown in space.
Right. Yes, that would be weird. All right, Burger King news. Probably our second favorite, maybe now our first favorite restaurant. This is the Burger King sound. It's not nearly as good as the Taco Bell sound. Anyway, the Burger King UK is now offering its chicken style Vegan Royale burger at a discounted price of £2.99 on Mondays. And the aim is to encourage the customers to try more plant-based options. The reason they're doing this, or at least comes after a poll that the chain commissioned, where they found that 73% of meat eaters wouldn't choose a plant-based menu option, 48% saying they don't believe that the stuff tastes as good as animal meat does. 31%, though, said they would be more likely to choose a plant-based dish if they knew it tasted as good. And 38% said if it was better value for the money, that might make them more likely to try it. So I guess the conclusion is lower the price on one day and see if they can get more people to try it, or one day per week. So they're doing that. They also did a taste test at some outdoor area, I don't know, with Joe Baggs, a former star of the TV show Gogglebox. Must be some crazy British thing. But they had people challenge whether you could tell this was meat or not. 63% thought they'd be able to tell the difference. I I don't know. And then while 76% thought the taste would give the game away. So I'm not sure what the difference between those two stats is. But anyway, most who tried it just kind of weren't sure which was which, or when they tasted the plant-based one, weren't sure if it was plant-based or not. So that's kind of good. And from my experience, I had a Vegan Royale in I think it was Copenhagen Airport, and same thing. It's pretty good, and the very best chicken tender sort of meats. You really can't tell, or you're sort of unsure. So it's pretty good.
That is good. Yeah.
Yeah. So nothing too
it's
exciting.
All just there. The UK though. I mean,
all UK, still all UK. Yeah. Hopefully we're just like a year behind all that, but I don't know. It just seems different. All right. In other news, there's a group called Ad Free Cities. This is more UK stuff. Their whole thing is they're against like outdoor corporate advertising, which I figured, Doug, you'd probably agree with that. And even I kind of agree with that, right? Who wants to see ads outside? Right. I think it's a really good point. I don't really care about the outside too much, but it's a good point. If you're in nature, why would you want to see that? Now, I guess billboards are different, but if you're walking in a park, you don't want advertising. It's silly. No. So they're against that stuff.
Billboards too,
Why not? Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Anyway, but this group who does this now, they're calling for meat advertising to be banned in the UK. We saw this happen in the Netherlands. I think it was in Stevens town of Haarlem, suburb of Amsterdam. I think maybe suburb is the wrong word, but a small city on the outskirts of Amsterdam. Anyway, it's interesting here because they say that the animal products are produced through intensive farming, which causes immeasurable suffering and inflicts colossal damage on nature and the climate. So I guess there's your link. If it's an anti-outdoor advertising company, they care a lot about the climate and on nature. So they don't want this animal agriculture to be going on, and certainly not advertised outdoors. They say since tobacco advertising has been banned due to harm it causes, so should meat. And then they put a report out about 9 called The Cows Aren't Laughing, 9 different tactics meat, egg, and dairy companies use on these ads. We don't need to go through them all, but they're like, keep it secret, erase the animal, meaning don't mention the animals in it, objectify the animal, normalize it, nostalgia, say it's healthy, all these different things. It just seems like a lot for a company, because I went to their website and like nothing in their about page says, we think veganism is the way, or we're vegetarian advocacy or anything. It's just about the advertising. They don't want that outdoors. So I just thought it was interesting that a company would like go this far and, not just saying animal ads are bad because whatever they cause damage, but then say, here's all these tactics they use that make the ads, make you have more meat than you otherwise would or something. So right. I thought it was a good thing. I think if there are groups who aren't vegan groups who are like, not just aware of this, but spreading this message, I just think it'll be listened to more, coming from PETA or PCRM or someone who's obviously exists to promote this message. So I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool that that's happening.
Definitely. Love it.
And last up, Billie Eilish, superstar, 21-year-old singer. She has a new Instagram post series that is unveiling a new campaign with Gucci, debuting the luxury fashion house's premier Demetra product. And that Demetra is like kind of a faux leather product. In this case, they've made the Horsebit 1955 handbag. I don't know what Horsebit means. I Googled a picture of it. Doesn't look like horse anything, except maybe leather. I don't know. But anyway, she did that. There's a campaign. She rides on a truck, in a truck bed, and $3,500 for this thing. Oof. That's for one. That's for one of them. That's for the black faux leather one. The Gucci logo pattern design is only $3,200, so you can save $300 there. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, Billie Eilish seems like a superstar. She had a Barbie song. I didn't know that. What Was I Made For? Did you see the Barbie movie, Doug? Is that what you said?
I haven't seen it. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Katie
Your
did.
girls weren't into that. Oh, they saw it with Katie.
The kids didn't go, but Katie went.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't know. She's a superstar. I still can't hum one song from her. I just don't know her songs, but it's good. I'm glad she's so. And she, by the way, pushed for this. She's called for these companies a lot of times to ban advertising. I think she said once she would wear that dress if it was only made vegan. Remember that thing?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And I think they actually did it, right? She challenged some company to wear to make a vegan dress, and she wore it, I think, to the Oscars or something, or Grammys, or whatever they do for music. I don't know. So there you go.
You would definitely know Billie Eilish songs.
Well, I might recognize them, but I can't hum them. They're not catchy songs. They don't have a chorus that like makes me tap my toe along. You know, so I don't know. They don't stick in my brain. But so I guess I'm surprised she's as popular as she is without having those kind of songs. But maybe I'm just too old.
Yeah, I mean, she's a superstar, and she's a super pop star. Like, she's arenas.
Right. And she tries to like be a little different from the others, I think, right? She wears the oversized clothes, that she's not going to be a sex object. And it's good to see someone succeed like that. All right. That brings us to the big event. This very well may be the same article we did last year. 22 vegan Halloween candies and other treats we found at Target by our friend Tanya Flink at Veg News.
I'll put it up on the screen here.
Okay. Oh, I got a fun thing. I saw this in Morning Brew today. So if you're a Morning Brew reader, then you will already know the answer. But they listed ingredients and they said, tell us what food this is. They didn't say it was Halloween candy, but it is. Shocker. Spoiler. Here's the ingredients. Sugar, corn syrup, confectioner's glaze, also known as shellac, salt, dextrose, gelatin, sesame oil, artificial flavor, honey, so now 2 non-vegan items, and then some colorings that might give it away if I say them. No, they won't. They may not. Yellow 6, yellow 5, red 3. So
candy corn?
You got it. Brock's candy corn.
I didn't know it was honey and candy corn.
Yeah, well, there's gelatin in it too, so it's.
Well, I knew there was gelatin in it, but.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. Did not realize it was honey, but did know there was gelatin. I mean, that is. There's not one thing in there you'd say. Well, salt, I guess, is a sort of essential thing. 4 different kinds of sweetener: sugar, corn syrup, dextrose, honey. I'm assuming confectioner's glaze is not a sweetener, but it wouldn't be surprised if it was. Sesame oil is an odd thing. They don't have any sesame smell, so maybe it's highly refined or something, and then they lose all the flavors. But man, that's UPF, not good. So don't eat too many candy.
Have you read Ultra Processed People?
Yeah, we talked about that a good bit over the summer. I mean, I cited a few things from it several times.
Okay, all right.
Have you?
No, I just listened to an interview with the author, Chris Van
Tolkien. Yeah. I think your mom sent an article with an interview.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Is it the same interview?
No. This was a different one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that book went on. I mean, when she sent that it wasn't a popular book at all, and like you couldn't even really. It was out on Amazon, but not too much fanfare or anything. Mm-hmm. And since then, I think it became a New York Times bestseller. Maybe even bigger than that. Yeah, it's a good book. Wakes you up, opens your eyes to UPF.
Yep.
Okay, good. So yeah, that's what's going on with candy corn ingredients. Anything before we jump in here, Doug? Halloween plans. What are you doing? Are you going out with the girls?
Oh yeah. We're doing our standard where they shut down a couple streets here in town and everybody flocks to the same spot. Mm-hmm. Which is always, it's just really fun. It's a big Halloween family friendly party, and it gets a little crazy, crowded, but it's supposed to be kind of dreary and cold tonight, so I'm imagining it won't be as crowded as normal. And yeah, very much excited for it. We are going to be a family of fairies, and somehow I kept thinking like maybe I would be like a fairy house or something like that, and nope, I am going to be a fairy. We're all going to be fairies. So I got some fairy wings and a little fairy headband thing.
Well, there was a series of Tinkerbell movies, like the Pirate Fairy, Secret of the Wings, and they have a whole fairy people there, fairy community, and many boys as well, males.
Oh, really?
So you can go check out what they wear, and maybe that'll give you some ideas.
That's really good to hear. I did not know that. Oh, a loincloth.
Yeah. Is that what they wear? Loincloth?
That's what it looks like. I just Googled that, men fairy.
All right, well, look these guys up. I think I'm blanking on the names, but one of them is with a T. Anyway, check those out. They're good movies too. I actually enjoyed those when the kids were younger. Okay, so that's what you're doing. That sounds good. I wish we had block party kind of deal. That would be a good time.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Son Holden has soccer practice, so he will not be doing anything. This is his first Halloween not doing anything.
Didn't get Halloween off?
No, they're serious. I mean, they don't. I guess Halloween's not a real holiday, right? It's just I don't know if it has any official recognized.
But they're kids.
Status. I know these boys are 13 though. They're young professionals.
That's true.
It's a serious thing. So anyway, they won't have off. So Aaron's gonna go there. I'm gonna do trick or treating with Ellery, she's going with a friend. And this is another movie, Doug, you need to get your family into. The Lorax movie is about environmental damage, destruction, and also anti-consumerism. Well, some of the songs at least are anti-consumerism. There's not a whole lot of that in the movie, but it's good. It's good. I actually like the Lorax story and movie a lot. So my daughter is being a truffula tree, which is what they chop down and what is ensured. She has a wig and a pajama suit that got drawn on like a truffula tree. So it looks pretty good. And then she's with her friend is the Lorax himself. Yeah. And they're going to go around and do the thing. So should be fun. I'll be there with them standing kind of
off. You dressing up?
No, I don't have any plans to do that. We mentioned it a long time ago, the idea that we might dress up as other Lorax things, but really we should be the trees.
If you want to borrow my my mushroom, Year of the Mushroom costume, feel free.
Maybe I'll be Doug. I'll be like, if anyone asks, like, well, I do this daily show and there's this other co-host guy, kind of goofy wars guy.
I mean, it looks, yeah. It'd be funny to see, like, if you just wore the wig, like, to see what people guessed, who people guessed.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know what. Looks like when Michael Scott dresses up as Jim, but without the blonde hair. Looks like that. Anyway,
Miss Jeffrey says Lorax is a top 5 animated film of all time. Wow.
Yeah, and not Disney. I think it's DreamWorks.
I gotta see this.
Yeah, you'd like it. I really do like the anti-consumerism stuff recently. Just I don't know why. All
right, let's do our candy.
Let's do the candy list and then send the people off to enjoy their Halloween. All right, vegan candy at Target. I'm sure there's many more candies in the world that are vegan, but you can go get these at Target. Probably still can go get some right now if you really want to for Halloween. We bought some of these for sure. I don't know exactly what we bought, but Erin did the Halloween candy shopping as she always does. I think she just ordered things this year. And we got a lot of these, or a handful of these. Number one, Dum Dums. I mean, they say that these mini suckers have stood the test of time. Every generation loves them. Again, this is vegnews.com's article. With 17 flavors, there's one for everyone. I guess I loved these when I was a kid. I wouldn't say loved. I liked it. I tolerated them. It's like a doctor's office present that you get from the receptionist. So I don't know. You like Dum Dums, Doug?
I will turn down a Dum Dum.
No?
Someone gives me one, I'll pop it in my mouth for sure. Yeah.
I don't like lollipops, and I pretty much just don't like hard candy. It just seems sort of like a pointless thing. Like it's not even. It doesn't feel like nourishment. It feels like you're literally. Whereas at least a chocolate bar, like you get the satisfaction of eating something. This is like you literally are just having your mouth taste sweet for a while.
Yeah, which there's nothing wrong with that. I would not turn down a Dum Dum. I actually had one the other day. I went into the liquor store and I brought my 4-year-old, 3-year-old, my 3-year-old, and they gave us both a Dum Dum on the way out.
What were you getting to the liquor store? Because this is the ABC store, right? This isn't just beer and wine. This is straight up.
Yeah, the ABC store. Getting some bourbon.
Oh, okay.
For a little fireside hangout with some friends and.
Okay.
I felt, I always feel weird. I rarely go to the ABC store, but I definitely, like if I do and I bring my kid, it always just like I don't really want to be that dad that like does that, but I did, and they handed out some Dum Dums, and I enjoyed it.
Good. All right.
And so did she. I didn't steal her Dum.
So she got a little positive reinforcement. Look, liquor store.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels good.
Love going to liquor store, Daddy. Let's go.
Okay. Good. What's the best flavor? I think root beer was always kind of pretty good. And then I think they have like a cream soda flavor.
Oh, I never liked the cream soda flavor.
No.
Hold on. I like that. Mr. Jeffrey has never heard of these. That's funny. They must not be in Canada. Wow. That's wild.
That is wild. That's just like a classic candy. And like you said, every generation likes them. I feel like these were around for my parents. I don't know for sure, but I would have guessed that. Okay, moving on. Airheads. My kids are into the Airheads, which is very rare that they get one, but they do now and then. And what they do with Airheads, which I never did as a kid, they keep it in the package and they hold one end of it and they shake it for a long time.
Oh, I used to do that too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This when I was a kid, we didn't know about that. That was not a thing. You just ate it like a piece of taffy or whatever.
It turns into a hard ball that you stuck on for a long time.
And is that better for some reason that once it's that hard ball?
Well, then you don't have to like bite it off. Okay. Like the problem with Airheads, and really any of the candy that's like Airheads, is they're just tough on your teeth, man. They like if you're having to rip that stuff off,
a lot, right?
They stick a lot and it like pulls, yanks on your teeth. I used to be a fan of Airheads. I'm no longer a fan of Airheads. But to ball it up in the bottom means that you can just like suck one in your mouth.
So again, just have something
like watering, like it's like salivating talking about this candy. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think I would like the chewing better. Again, it feels like you're actually eating something than just having your mouth taste sweet for a while. But that's fine. All right, ring pops. My kids do get ring pops every now and then. I mean, right? Who needs that?
Your hand always gets sticky. No, thank you.
Right. No one's that. Fruit by the foot barely qualifies as candy to me. This is a lunch snack. I mean, it's more like candy than a lunch snack for sure, but it is a lunch snack all the time. Unfortunately, gelatin free. That's good. Yeah, I wouldn't count that as candy. Laffy Taffy. My kids talk about Laffy Taffy a lot. They want banana Laffy Taffy. That is like the prize kind. Yeah.
What?
I know.
Is that just them or is that every kid wants banana?
I'm not sure. I remember banana from my days. I remember you could buy like mixed packages and you could also buy straight up banana pack and get like
what?
I know. It was like a weird thing, which is weird because no one likes banana flavored things generally.
No.
Yeah, there's a Veg News actually says this candy can be a bit polarizing, particularly the banana flavor. So yeah, there you go. It's kind of a thing.
Interesting. Did not know that.
All right. Smarties. Smarties are happening. They say as of 2015, they were selling 2 billion Smarties rolls a year. Gosh. So yeah, I'm okay with Smarties. They're not bad. Skittles we bought for Halloween. That was among our candies. The kids saw it and said it's not vegan. And then we said, yes, I think it is. Apparently, if you Google, it's not still entirely clear. Like it seems like the regular ones are, but these mini ones aren't. But apparently even that was like, I don't know, not totally verifiable. But I think it is. In my opinion, I think you're safe eating regular Skittles.
Okay. Veg News says you are.
Right. Another example. Twizzlers. I mean, this is they're hitting all the ones that we eat because everything else gets thrown away or donated really from the kids' candies. These are the things that get kept. I feel like there's got to be one or two more that I'll maybe think of in a minute. But this is most of the big ones. They're hitting them all. Twizzlers are a hit. I will definitely take a couple Twizzlers. This is the candy I will most likely take, or the most amount of that I will take from the kids' candy over the course of the next few days. And it's fine. They share it. It's not stealing it.
Okay.
But every now and then I'll just go eat 2 little half-sized Twizzler sticks in the afternoon. Once, if it's in the pantry.
Did you ever watch the I forget, one of the late night shows hosts did this bit like after a couple of years where they would tell parents to eat all or to hide the candy and pretend like they had eaten it all the next morning. So when the kids woke up,
no,
it's like so mean. The kids get so upset about it and so sad about it. But it's also kind of funny. But anyway, that's what you stealing their candy made me think of that.
Did you? I'm sure you did this. Were you one of the guys who did the drink the soda through the Twizzler straw?
Oh, of course, of course.
Okay. Yeah. I don't do that. I did not do that bit. Never did that bit. It was stupid.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Then it goes downhill. There's no reason to give it. Oh, Justin's Dark Chocolate Peanut Butter Cups. This is a real one. This is good. I think this is evidence that this was written before this year because they said they're the vegan equivalent of Reese's, but the Reese's are not mentioned here. Those are now vegan. We actually had a Hershey's bar with almonds in it, vegan, that they had the other day.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know if that was part of the Halloween candy. It was really good. I didn't have it at first, but then I had it a little bit a couple nights ago. I thought it was really good. Didn't taste exactly like I remembered that stuff tasting, but that could just be that it's been a long time.
Okay.
All right. Then it's a bunch of lunch snacks: Gushers, Go-Go Squeezy things, Oreo minis, which we do get from Halloween a little bit, Animal Crackers, Lara bars, Cliff Bar. I mean, this is not Halloween. Boom Chicka Pop. This is not Halloween candy at all. So we'll just give up there. For the most part, the gummies are not. They mentioned one at the end that is. There are starting to be some gummies, candies that are vegan. I think usually they'll say it pretty clearly that they are. Like whole World Market has some good vegan sort of gummy candies. So anyway, I think that's a good thing because I like gummies. They'd be on my pretty high on my candy list. Yeah,
Yum Earth. Never heard of those.
No, I haven't either. I'm sure if you go to Whole Foods, you can find some vegan gummy candies now. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Doug, I think I probably know the answer, but do you guys have any sort of policy with the kids and candy? Like how do they deal with it? Because they're in that spot where the candy is very important or can be very important.
Sure.
How do you guys do that? Do they eat all of it that's vegan if they want it, or does it gradually just disappear somehow over the next few days?
Yeah, so like tonight, we'll let them eat a couple pieces. They can't just go to town on everything. We'll let them eat a couple pieces of candy. And they're both in the phase right now where they want to know whether something is vegan or not. And so, we just tell them and then they make the choice. And if they choose to eat something that's not, that's okay. But then we do kind of disappear the stuff that's not vegan after that. But just kind of slowly disappear. But, we give them the choice and usually they're choosing the vegan stuff. Like the other night at a restaurant, Chloe's food arrived and it was like a bunch of vegetables and stuff. And she's still like, she held up a carrot, was like, is this vegan? Like, yeah, it's vegan. She doesn't quite understand the whole thing, but they want to know. They want to know that stuff and kind of make that decision for themselves. And we give them the freedom to do that. And they almost always choose the vegan when they can.
Yeah, that's good. My kids, somehow it seems less an issue now. I don't know why. It was never an issue. It just seems like now they just don't care about candy as much. Then they really did care about it. They were happy just to get rid of the vegan stuff. They would just trade that away or whatever, give it. And then they'd have tons of candy, way more than I'd want them to eat like in the course of a week or whatever length of time Halloween candy typically lasts in a house. And somehow they just wouldn't. I was always amazed that because they liked sweet things. It's not like they didn't have that sweet tooth, but like they would have it for the first 2 nights, a large amount of candy compared to what I would think is good. And then they would just sort of like stop. And like a lot of it would just sit there and wouldn't be opened and they'd forget about it almost. So it was always extremely easy. We didn't have to do like the switch thing. Is that a Halloween thing? I think so. Where they switch it overnight or something for like money or a toy or something. I think the dentist at one point was buying back the candy at an extremely low rate per pound. He was buying it from people.
Resell it a little bit.
We may have done that. I forget. But it's never been an issue. This year, actually, for some reason, and my son's not telling me, but my daughter's, I'm actually more concerned about having to say after like 2 days, like, okay, let's make a decision here. Like this, how much more we're going to keep, the rest we're getting rid of. I just think, I don't know, as they get older, they just eat more. They just like junk more.
It's kind of funny. And this happens. They'll be so excited about the candy tonight. This morning, Eliza woke up talking about the candy.
Yeah.
And, and they'll have a little bit and, they'll maybe be excited about some more, but it's like, they usually get some sort of little sweet treat or something. Just like a small piece of dark chocolate or a cookie or something, many afternoons. And so they'll use that one little piece of candy and they'll do that for a couple of days after Halloween. And then they just kind of forget about it. And then it just sits on the counter for a little while and then we just kind of throw it away.
Yeah. Right.
That's typically how it goes.
Right. Yeah. That's good. All right. Good. Last thing, Mr. Jeffrey says that in Canada, Smarties are a whole different candy. They're more like M&Ms. And what you call Smarties, we call Rockets. So that is interesting. I wonder why, if it's the same company making the Smarties in Canada and calling them Smarties, but they just say the Canadian palate wants something different. Looks like they're made by Nestle in Canada. And I see they do look a lot like M&Ms. Yeah. Vegan M&Ms I'd go for if that existed. They used to be pretty good.
That would be good. I'd be in for that.
Yep. All right. So that's it. Everyone, if you're going out on Halloween, if your kids are going out, please be safe. Don't get hit by cars. Don't wander off. Don't eat.
Take candy from a stranger.
Right. No candy from strangers. No candy apples. No, I guess this is all candy from strangers. Make sure it's packaged up and sealed. Don't take candy apples from anyone. Okay.
we were reading a Berenstain Bears book last night about strangers.
we just did that one a little while ago. My daughter's like back into all the Berenstain Bears books. Like it's a nostalgia.
Yeah. We were reading it last night, and it was just funny because then we were like, well, what about Halloween? They were like, what about Halloween? And I was like, well, I guess all rules are out. You can talk to anybody, take candy from anybody.
But there's a Berenstain Bears Halloween also when they literally go into the strange lady's house who they're all afraid of. They go in there and she serves them all candy apples. And that's not part of the story. They just eat them. And the moral is, look, people who you think are mean actually can be really nice.
Oh, okay.
But that's
this was the one about stranger danger.
Right. Yep. I know that one too. It's a good one with the radio controlled job, the airplane.
Yeah, the radio control job. But he had a radio control job.
Yeah,
exactly.
Are they the books? Did you have them when you were a kid? Are these your same ones, or are they still published?
Some of them are. Yeah, okay. Some of them are new, but some of them are.
Yeah, these are all ours are from 1986 or whatever, and have my coloring and then my handwriting and all that.
Yep.
And it's funny. Yeah. So we went through the big phase of that, and just recently, my daughter has started going through the whole thing.
Going back to them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're great for that. All right, good. Well, that is enough. Yeah, have a happy Halloween. If you're going out trick-or-treating, again, be safe, have fun. And we'll see you tomorrow for World Vegan Day, November 1st, by the way. World Vegan Day.
All right, cool.
That is an annual thing. I don't know if it matters, but maybe we'll figure something else out good for it.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good day, everyone. Talk to you soon.